Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm here. I'm gonna give my cilantro a haircut today. Harvest some of the leaves. What else we got here? My usual. Coffee. We got some tomato plants growing in here. So hopefully we'll keep those alive. And what we're also going to do is go ahead and plant some of the green onions that I got. So maybe we'll give this first a haircut. I got green onions here. Green onions. All right. Let me go ahead and snip some of the green. Oh, I think we'll plant the green onions first because I want this container. All right. Welcome. I'm in North Texas. I am attempting to winter garden in my freezing zone. And this is spinach. Why is my spinach so small? If you guys have any tips on getting your spinach to grow bigger, let me know. Okay. We're gonna harvest the cilantro, but in the meanwhile, I am looking to get this in place because we're gonna dig a hole for the green onions. How many of you guys have leftover green onions? Let me know. So I got the green onion bottoms, which I've saved, and I love to eat green onions from them. So here's what we're gonna do. I already have a pot here that has some spinach in it. We're gonna dig a hole. Oh, I know why. The soil is rather compacted. That's why my spinach is not growing as loose as it should. Let's try a different soil. Let's try this one. Yeah, this one's looser. Okay, so I'm digging a hole here. And then I'm going to get my green onion and plant it in this hole. Make it a little bit bigger. Now, because this is rather a baby green onion, I mean, it's essentially regenerating. We're gonna go ahead and protect it. We've got some upcoming freezes. And it will not be mature enough to withstand it. So we're gonna put my green onions in there and cover it up. Welcome. I am in North Texas, attempting to winter in my freezing zone. Today we are just planting some leftover. Hello. Hi, Sam. Hello. We are just taking the green onions that we have here and allowing them to regrow. How many of you guys have leftover green onions from Thanksgiving? These are from Thanksgiving that I'm reusing. Hello, Sam. Okay. Hoping you're having a gay day. I saw you greeted it with gay and I wasn't sure why, so I just gay back. Okay, thanks. Okay, so we got the green onions in there. How many of you guys have leftover green onions? Have you guys grown green onions? Okay. I am just digging another hole, so I got lots of green onions. This is how I typically, we are taking green onions that you've already harvested from, and ooh, that's a really long root, and are planting it to regrow more. I feel like this is one of the most common regrown items from kitchen scraps, and here we are doing that. Lucia, what does that mean? You don't like green onions? Why did you boo? Hi, Sam. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. So it's green onions that we're gonna replant in some soil and have it regrow. Thank you guys for liking the live. All right, it's got a really long root. Put it in there. I have a runny nose. Hello, welcome you guys. We are growing our own food here. We grow from kitchen scraps either. So this is green onion kitchen scrap. I got Oh, I got, what is that? Oh, I got a snail in there. This is also some tomato that's sprouted, as you guys can see. I got 2 more to plant. And this is how we're gonna do it. These are from store-bought roots. And because it's gonna be freezing tomorrow, we'll be keeping these protected. They're just trying to establish, right? So no point trying to plant them now, because if you plant them now, they're gonna struggle to adapt in freezing temps. That's what we have tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning it's gonna be at 32 degrees, right at freezing, 0 degrees Celsius. So gotta protect these. Have you guys grown from kitchen scraps before? These are green onions that I have here, left over from Christmas yesterday. I mean, not Christmas, Thanksgiving. I am in North Texas and I'm attempting to winter garden in my freezing zone. So here are just some of the things that I'm doing out here. We got cilantro here. Hello, welcome, Steve. We got cilantro here. Oh, I was gonna show us harvesting that, but in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and planting these. These are green onions. Jambo, they're saying no. This is very interesting. Oh, okay, I'm excited, Jambo. Okay, so some of the most fun ways I feel to get growing is like literally from kitchen scraps. My favorite thing to do. This used to be a green onion that's been cut down. You can still grow from this. I am, like I'm showing here, I've got some dirt in this little pot. And I'm just making a little hole for me to fit the roots and it into the bottom here. And then I'm just backfilling mostly where the root is. So you'll see, so now all we see is just the top nub from earlier. Maybe pack it down a little bit more, but this should be enough for us to grow with. Now I'm just gonna give it good water, using some of the water that I already had to put the roots in or keep it alive in. Water, 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 water. And then that should be good. And we'll watch it grow from here. We'll keep this, keep you guys posted on upcoming lives. I usually go live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays at noon Central. Sorry, runny nose. And then we're gonna cut the cilantro. That's what we're gonna do. Hello, Troy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you guys are in the U.S., if not, happy Friday. I am in the U.S., Troy, and I am in North Texas, where it. And then we're gonna cut the cilantro. That's what we're gonna do. Hello, Troy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you guys are in the U.S., if not, happy Friday. I am in the U.S., Troy, and I am in North Texas, where it. And then we're gonna cut the cilantro. That's what we're gonna do. Hello, Troy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you guys are in the U.S., if not, happy Friday. I am in the U.S., Troy, and I am in North Texas, where it. And then we're gonna cut the cilantro. That's what we're gonna do. Hello, Troy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you guys are in the U.S., if not, happy Friday. I am in the U.S., Troy, and I am in North Texas, where it. And then we're gonna cut the cilantro. That's what we're gonna do. Hello, Troy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you guys are in the U.S., happy Friday. I am in the U.S., and I am in North Texas, and then we're gonna cut the cilantro. That's what we're gonna do. Hello, Troy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you guys are in the U.S., happy Friday. I am in the U.S., and I am in North Texas, and then we're gonna cut the cilantro. That's what we're gonna do. Hello, Troy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you guys are in the U.S., happy Friday. I am in the U.S., and I am in North Texas, and then we're gonna cut the cilantro. That's what we're gonna do. Hello, Troy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you guys are in the U.S., happy Friday. I am in the U.S., and I am in North Texas, and then we're gonna cut the cilantro. That's what we're gonna do. Hello, Troy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you guys are in the U.S., happy Friday. I am in the U.S., and I am in North Texas, and then we're gonna cut the cilantro. That's what we're gonna do. Hello, Troy. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you guys are in the U.S., happy Friday. I am in the U.S., okay. Is that better now? I turned it down. Okay, is that working now? I muted that thing. Okay, good. Sorry, guys. Yeah, YouTube does this weird thing where it like takes a clip and then it just puts it on, plays it on repeat. Okay, I know what to do though. I just have to turn down the volume so you guys don't hear it. Yay! Okay, so sorry. What I was saying was, I am winter gardening in my freezing zone. I'm in the U.S., North Texas, where it's 50 degrees February, get down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And when I winter garden, you obviously have to pick season appropriate vegetables. Some of them are, of course, cool season crops. Do I speak Persian? I do not. I speak Mandarin, English, Mandarin, and a little bit of Spanish. Carrots is another one. Did you guys know these are hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit? These are baby ones. I also have ones that are in ground. I also have cauliflower. I only have very few of these, so I hope they stay alive. This is cauliflower, baby cauliflower. These are also hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Yep, more carrots. What was in this? This was not sprouted. All right, so earlier I was showing you guys how we took green onions from store-bought and put them in some dirt, and we'll watch them grow over the next couple of lives that I have. Like I said, I'm live Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays at 11 a.m. Central. So you'll see these are green onions. We just planted these. Have you guys done this before? Let me know. Have you guys planted green onions before? From store-bought. Let me pick this off. It does get cold in Texas, Troy, especially where I am, which is North Texas. It's closer to Oklahoma. I gotta plant this a little bit deeper. Look how the roots are exposed. I'm gonna plant this a little deeper. Push it in. I might even have to top this off with some soil in a little. Just do my best here though. All right. Yep, looks like this. Kale is cold hard. Yes, Daddy C, good to see you. That's right. That's right. Yeah, kale. I don't have any of that growing this year, but yes, kale's another good one to be growing if you're curious to know. Green onions, they're like only hardy down to 30 degrees Fahrenheit, like cilantro. So these are not ones that, they're cool season crops, but not frost hardy. There's a difference between frost tolerant, which is down to 30 degrees, and then frost hardy, which is hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So these are, I think we were talking about this last time, but the best way to know is if you literally look at the plant and you see if it's tender or not. Green onions are relatively tender, right? That's probably a good indicator that is frost tolerant down to 30 degrees, but not frost hardy, which is more tolerant, like cauliflower. Cauliflower kind of has a leathery texture, right? All right, so yeah, we'll see how the green onions grow. All right, next thing we're gonna do. Troy, you're saying, can't you just grow the onions in water inside the house? I could, Troy. You have to constantly change out the water. So that's the one thing. If you keep it inside the house and grow it, you just are constantly changing out the water. If you don't, the water starts to rot away, right? So it's a little bit more maintenance. I have the space, which is why I prefer to grow outside if I can. I'm just gonna protect it a little bit when freezing comes. For me, it's a lot less maintenance because the rainfall will naturally water it, and I don't have to be changing out the water every day. So that is why I grow it like this. But absolutely, Troy, you can also keep them in some water and grow it inside, especially if you don't have access to outside space. Daddy, you're saying you're doing the same thing with green onion as well. You can do that with regular onion. Oh, okay. Plant the bottom part with the root, it'll grow the green back. Okay, Daddy. So do you think you probably won't be able to grow a whole bulb from it, do you think? Troy, you learned something new. Sorry, a bit of a runny nose and I don't have a tissue on me. Oh, sorry. But yes, Daddy. Hi, No Freedom. I'm here in the U.S., North Texas, where it's 50 degrees today, or 60. But it will get down to freezing in February, where we get down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I am attempting winter garden in my freezing zone outside. I don't know the secret to life, what the heck. I'm just here to share how to grow some of your own food, as well as a garden to table, and encouraging people to get outside and get daily movement. Nice to see you, Gautam. Troy. Okay, so here we go. No, okay, so Daddy, you're saying it won't grow another bulb, just the green onion part. Okay. Yeah, because the green onion of a bulbing onion is a little bit more pungent than that of a true green onion, right? It's got more of a, it's like oniony flavor. So it's close enough. It's close enough of a substitute, but you can still tell the difference between a traditional green onion and the green onion part of a bulbing onion. Did you notice that, Daddy? No, share some wisdom or quote. My wisdom is growing plants, growing your own food. That's what we're gonna talk about. Okay, here we're gonna talk about next is cilantro. So I have, this is almost about a month old cilantro. I've harvested a little bit, but not many. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut away the outside leaves and leave the bottom part to regrow. So here we go. So we got this, we got lots of cilantro now. I'm just harvesting the outside leaves. I'm put it in this container here. And when I want to, I'll just grab it out of the fridge. We are having some, or I hear that the more often you harvest, likely it is to go to flower, or it'll delay the flowering. So that is why I'm harvesting. But otherwise, I would otherwise be harvesting as and when you need it, because there's nothing like having wilted cilantro in your fridge, right? So I'm going to go ahead and harvest it because it is about time, and it's grown rather long. So it looks like this. Have you guys grown your own cilantro? No, if you have. What the heck? I love it. Life is a garden. It's, see, that right there is how you do it. Nice, thank you. Okay, I really need a tissue, you guys. Give me 5 seconds. I really need a tissue. And I'm just gonna bring my whole tissue box here, and I'll see you guys in a minute. I'm just gonna pause it for a moment. Ooh, the sun is not here, and so it also feels like colder than usual. I'm putting on another jacket. So we were looking at my cilantro here, and we were gonna harvest it. Like I said, it's grown quite long, and ideally I only harvest it when I need to, but because I want to discourage it to go to flower, I am going ahead and snipping the outside leaves and putting it in my container here, using it whenever I need to in the fridge. Let's see. Daddy, you have cilantro, the leaf, parsley, and dill growing. Nice, very nice. Daddy, that's right, you have your hydroponics. Excellent. I can understand English, as well as some Mandarin. But yeah, so when I plant the cilantro, did you guys know that cilantro grows from coriander? So coriander seed, if you buy it from the store, that is technically a cilantro seed. You could, I haven't tried, but you could probably plant the coriander seeds that are not grounded and grow potentially. So we're just harvesting cilantro here. Snipping the outer leaves, right? In here, I probably have about, I don't know, 15 seeds that I've individually planted. So we're harvesting cilantro leaves. Does cilantro taste like soap for any of you guys? Sometimes it does for me, but for the most part, it tastes good. Daddy, you're saying no freedom. They're saying coriander is a seed, yeah. I'm growing hydroponic and soil is up. Hi, Gaga. Daddy, you're saying I'm growing hydroponic and soil. Oh, okay, very nice, Daddy. So is your cilantro growing in soil then? No freedom. I want to grow berries. I do grow berries, like so blackberries, for instance, right, is what you might be asking about. I do have blackberries. I bought it. My mom actually gave me one of her blackberries, or maybe two, and it's like since then, kind of grown on its own. Those are delicious. What kind of berries are you thinking? I also have yellow raspberries. Ideally, fall is the time that you plant them. If you're in a relatively mild climate, you could still do that now. We're getting into some freezing temps though, so if I had a need to plant, I would probably wait until, or protect it somehow during our upcoming freezes. You could plant it in ground, but then just give it extra protection. No read. Cilantro, parsley. Oh, okay, perfect, Daddy. I was gonna say, cause like, does cilantro grow well in water? I don't know. I feel like it needs soil. That's why I ask. Cilantro, lots of cilantro. I call it organic cilantro because I grow rather cleanly, I think. So I call it organic for that reason. Your accent is like, I am American, yes, says Siddharth. I grew up here in North Texas. I am in the US. Yep. I am born to Taiwanese immigrants though. Taiwanese American. Here we go, yay, more cilantro leaf. Great question, Monster Man. Do you recognize this? Do you recognize this leaf? It's one that you get at the grocery store. Do you recognize it? Mulberries. Oh, mulberries, no freedom. Okay, mulberries are delicious. And did you know the reason why they never sell them in the grocery store is because they don't transport very well. They're very delicate. My neighbor on the backside alleyway has one, and the kids will just go and pluck the mulberries when they're in season. Spring is when they're in season for us. Mulberries are nice. The trees grow very big though, so just be aware. The trees grow very big. Yes, Devin, cilantro, excellent. Monstra, yeah. So this is cilantro, and so that's what I have growing here. I grew these from seed. Cilantro seeds are also known as coriander. Did you guys know that? So when you get coriander in the spice section, sometimes it's grounded, right? That's essentially cilantro seeds that have been dried and ground. So that's what this is. So we're just harvesting the leaves. I have about 15 plants in here. Each seed is going to give you a plant, or sorry, each pod will give you 2 plants, potentially, assuming both are viable. And these are from seeds that I previously harvested from a cilantro that went to seed. When you harvest the outside seed, or the outside leaves, you can allow the tender insides to continue growing. So let me see if I can find an example. So this one, for instance, you'll see right there, this one right here, right? You'll see that I went ahead and harvested the outside leaves, and I'm leaving the tender inside leaves to continue growing. Most plants kind of grow like this, where like the outside leaves mature first, and the inside tender parts is what's gonna give you new leaves. So try not to cut away the tender part, otherwise you're pretty much killing off your future harvest. You've wanted to start a garden, and Eric, welcome. Eric, it depends on your zone. What are you in the US, I'm hoping? And what zone are you in? Or what part of the US are you in, state? There are a number of different varieties of mulberries. Yep, there probably are grow your own food, but in general, they are very large trees from what I know. What's up, Costa? Daddy, your guru, you're saying in the summer, have raspberry, blackberry. Yummy, you have blueberry. I also do have a baby blueberry tree. Ah, excellent, Daddy. That's gorgeous in Canada. I have an apple tree growing, but you guys will find it. I grew it from store-bought, and I have not actually harvested any apples yet. It's still young, so maybe this spring is when I'm going to be able to harvest them. Hero, thank you for asking. I am here in North Texas in the US, and I am attempting to winter garden in my freezing zone. Today it's going to be 50s, 60s, but in about February is when it's going to get as cold as 10 degrees Fahrenheit, or well below Celsius, negative Celsius. I am here in order to increase my chances of really doing well in my climate. I'm growing cool season crops. So Eric, you were asking me what would I be planting? Assuming you're also in the US, we're approaching winter, right? So you would be growing cool season crops. Starting from seed is going to be a little bit more challenging in general if you're, especially if you're in a colder zone like I am. Things tend to slow down when it gets too cold, right? So and especially for your large plants like cilantro, like cauliflower. So this is a baby cauliflower. I would definitely recommend that you go ahead and buy starts from the garden store if they're still available. I would definitely recommend you go ahead and buy starts because mine are a little bit tiny and this takes 3 months before you get a cauliflower. So it's going to take a while. I would encourage you, if you're just starting your garden now, to start from starts or seedlings that are at the garden store. That way you can, another reason is also because when we have frost, and I mentioned that cauliflower is hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm saying that for the mature plants. Only a mature cauliflower would be able to withstand 20 degrees Fahrenheit. A baby one would need a lot of babying. So something to think about. Like my cauliflower plant, we have a freeze coming in. I'm definitely going to be protecting it since it's still a baby. And here I am just gently harvesting my coriander. Do I plant Zaza? No, I don't. I'm not even sure what that's referring to. I'm trying to smoke on them trees. Oh, really? Okay. Thank you. No, I grow a lot of my stuff. That's why. Daddy, you're answering to Eric. Tomatoes, peppers, and greens are easy to grow. Those are easy to grow. Those are like spring vegetables, though, right? Or spring, summer vegetables. You got weed. Oh, I'm not growing weed, Cass. I'm a food gardener, not a weed gardener. Lansing, thank you for asking. Hello. Good luck, Macro. I wish you the best. No weed, sorry. Wouldn't that be funny? That's okay. The hair will regrow, thankfully, right? Good point, though. I'm just very delicately cutting the outside leaves of my aquarium. See, look at that. A bunch of fresh cilantro. We'll have to, oh, you know what? We're going to have turkey pho later today. So this will be perfect. Garnish for the turkey pho. Pho, if you guys don't know, is like a noodle dish, a soup noodle dish. That's Vietnamese. I'm not Vietnamese, but I enjoy, of course, all types of Asian cuisine. Korean, Vietnamese, all Taiwanese, my own. It's all good to me. I am a little stuffy, Gabriel. I am a little stuffy. I was outside all day walking during Thanksgiving, and I think I definitely have seasonal allergies. Yeah, I am stuffy. Thank you for noticing. I am Taiwanese American. Thank you for asking, Jedi. I'm Taiwanese American. So I'm born to Taiwanese immigrants. I'm just gonna cut this all back, you guys. We were giving the cilantro a great haircut. But yes, so cool season crops. Eric, are you still hanging out? I was gonna say cool season crops, Eric. Like cauliflower, broccoli, carrots. This is the baby carrot. Baby carrots, they're hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit when they're mature. So carrots are definitely something I'm growing a lot of, especially since I let my carrot go to seed. I had a carrot back in February that I let go to seed. And I have a bunch of carrot seeds that I'm going to be planting this season. Yes. Thank you, Hero. Grow, you're saying Texas is on the other side. Grow, thank you for giving the geography lesson to Siddharth, or whomever was asking. Yeah, close to Mexico is what I would say. We're the state closest to Mexico, alongside California, New Mexico, all the other states. Oh, I got a weed grow. I got a literal weed, not actual weed growing in here. Hold on. Weed. Okay. So we're harvesting cilantro. Johnson, I am a little stuffy. I don't look I am a little stuffy, but I'm not sick, at least not to my knowledge. I'm very cold though. I'm very cold. It's chilly out here with no sun. Just harvesting some garlic. Yay, Nori, thanks we're at 20 likes, thank you. Looks like Texas is cold for, yeah. Thank you, I appreciate JR, good to see you. Good to see you, JR. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah, JR, don't be fooled. I'm in North Texas near Oklahoma, and it gets cold. It gets cold here. We get down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's why my latest thing has been talking about um, harvest growing even in my freezing zone. So yes, JR, good to see you. Yeah, definitely gets cold here, down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit in February. In the south part of Texas, though, closer to Mexico, they don't get much chance of frost. But Texas is a big state. Big state. We got all different types of zones. Thank you, JR. Johnson, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I'm a little stuffy. I have seasonal allergies. Hopefully, I didn't catch a cold though. We are just harvesting some cilantro here. Cilantro, a bunch of it. This is about a month old cilantro. We're just cutting away the outside leaves to harvest them. Later today, I think we're gonna have some turkey pho, and this will be great garnish for it. No freedom. Do Taiwanese speak Chinese? Thank you for asking. No freedom. Yeah, the national or the official language in Taiwan is Mandarin or Chinese. Taiwanese is a language. However, it's a regional dialect. The actual national recognized language is Mandarin, which is also spoken in China as well. But there's of course the different dialects. Okay, harvesting away here. Let me know if you guys have any questions about what should I share. So I mentioned I am attempting to winter grind in my freezing zone. So cilantro is of course the cool season crop that I'm growing. I also have carrots that I'm growing as well. Where's my other carrot? Oh, I have to show JR. I have to show you the carrot seeds that I harvested. Yeah, Johns, thank you for asking. Hello, Siddharth. Oh, welcome from Europe, Siddharth. This is cilantro, as I was explaining, moisturize my skin. Yeah, I had only a little bit of water this morning, so need a little bit more. Thank you. Can you eat it? Yeah, it's a cilantro. Cilantro, yeah. Cilantro here. Let me see if it tastes soapy. Sometimes it tastes soapy to me. This one's a little soapy. It'll be good on soup though. Great question, eight ball. Yes, it will continue growing, although only up to a certain point. Cilantro has a relatively short lifespan. In the summertime, it'll only survive so it doesn't like heat. So when it starts to get warm, it'll start to go to seed in about a month. But because it's cooler, I don't know. We'll see how long it grows for. This is about a month old cilantro. I think it'll last a little bit longer, but eventually it will also go to seed. Unlike oregano, parsley, you could cut and come back quite often, like for a couple, like maybe up to 8 weeks even. But cilantro has a lot shorter lifespan. So if you ever go to the garden store, cilantro is like not a good plant to buy just because it goes to seed so quickly. It's better to buy it as seeds or coriander, dried coriander. Did you guys know that dried coriander is essentially the dried seed of cilantro? You could grind that up and that gives you the dried coriander spice that you have in your fridge or in your spice cabinet. And so yes, buy them from seed, because with this herb, you're gonna succession plant, meaning every 2 weeks you're gonna start a new set of seeds, so you'll get continuous cilantro. You can also, of course, let your cilantro go to seed and then harvest its seeds and replant those. But you'll, of course, have a little bit of spacing in between, or timing in between you being able to harvest and you being able to harvest your next crop. Computer or cilantro? Yeah. Is that mint cilantro? It is. Thank you. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for helping me moderate in here. I appreciate it. You're back, Troy. What's your name? Oh, Ada. Ada is my name if you're curious. Daddy, you're absolutely right regarding the taste of it. So ironically, only certain cilantro tastes soapy to me. Like the one that I'm growing apparently tastes soapy. It'll be fine on garnish, but like the one in the grocery stores often do not taste soapy to me. It just seems to be either the variety that I'm growing or something. But this variety that I'm growing is a little bit soapy. Maybe I should try to grow a different type of cilantro seed. Let's see, Mimi, you're saying, yeah, wow, I sometimes soapy too. It's like Yanny. Yes, yeah, yeah. Daddy, thank you so much for helping me moderate here. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Genesis, for defending me. Right. So this is cilantro. What do you make? Squads. What do you make for beginner gardeners? Okay, so we're approaching winter, right? It's a little bit more challenging for beginner gardeners to do, but if you're an adventurous one, I'm not going to be the one that's going to stop you from attempting to grow. I would say definitely start with cool season crops. I'm attempting to grow my freezing zone. I've also been gardening for 4 years now, so I have some experience. I have some of the equipment as well, so I'm saving things like cardboard and plastic, 6mm greenhouse plastic that I'll be using. Hopefully you're in a warmer climate because that's going to be to your advantage. You don't have to worry as much with true freezes because those are going to provide some protection. But if you grow cool season crops like cilantro, this is anytime there's a cool season crop that's a little bit more tender like this, it's probably only frost tolerant, meaning it's only going to withstand down to just below freezing by a little. But anything below that, it'll just die. So there are, within your cool season crops, your frost tolerant crops and then your frost hardy crops. Frost tolerant crops are tolerant only down to 30 degrees. Now, if you want frost hardy crops, there are some. They are hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And they would be things like carrot in mature form. So this is a little bit too baby. In a baby form, you need to protect it a little bit, but in its mature form, your plants are going to be withstanding down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Cauliflower is another one. This is a baby cauliflower. So this one is not going to withstand down to 20, but when it's a little bit older, usually at least 2 sets of true leaves, it will be able to withstand freezing below 20 or up to 20 degrees or down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So these are some things you could be growing. What else? So in that same category, in general, cauliflowers are part of the brassicas family. So anything in the brassicas family would be able to survive down to 20 degrees. That includes things like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, collard greens, cabbage. Any of these brassicas would be able to withstand down to that temp. You also have other cool season crops that are frost tolerant, like, what's the other one? Oh, beets. Beets, these are hardy down to 20 degrees. As you can see, they're a little bit more tender, so they're not going to be as hardy as your cauliflower, which its leaves are leathery, if you didn't know that. And then spinach, also a tender green that's cool season appropriate, but not frost hardy, so only down to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. What else? We got turnips as well that are like beets. I don't know, are turnips, I don't recall if turnips are frost hardy or not. I think they're more like beets though, so only down to 20 degrees, 30 degrees. Okay, let's see. Thank you, I appreciate it, Siddharth. Flattered. Beans tend to yes, yeah, like grow your own food. Has some good points here. Beans tend to be easy to grow, but they grow in the spring. So those are warm season crops. Hello, welcome. Do you grow potatoes? B-ball, 8-ball. Potatoes are winter crops only for those that are like really down south, like close to Mexico. So for the general US, potatoes are generally a warm season crop only. So in New York, even in my area, in North Texas, we would only be growing those in spring. I do have one growing just for experiment purposes, and it is going to be in my protected zone. So hopefully I'll be able to, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna keep that potato alive despite our freezing temps. Siddharth, thank you. Would you planting or, okay, sorry. I think, Daddy, you're saying, I think broccoli is cold hardy. Yes, it is. Yep, so Daddy, broccoli, like cauliflower, is also cold hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And beets are a little more sensitive just because they have more tender tops. So I believe beets and radishes are only hardy down to 30 degrees, only just below freezing. Daddy, that's right, bok choy, bok choy. I think bok choy is also only hardy down to 30. I don't think it's frost hardy. I don't think it's cold hardy. Sometimes I have to look these things up though. I don't remember. But I am growing bok choy as well. Grow your own food with broccoli. The plants are cold hardy, but the heads are not. Oh, good point to grow your own food. Thank you for calling that out. Okay, so if you guys didn't catch that, grow your own food is just saying the cauliflower. I'm sure cauliflower is the same way. The heads of the broccoli flower, the heads of the cauliflower, essentially the fruits still need to be protected even when it's cold hardy though. So find a way to protect them. Grow your own food is saying. Hi, Batty, Nina. Herbs are my favorite. I like cilantro, of course. This is a classic in Asian cuisine as well as in Mexican cuisine. I live in Texas, so Mexican food is also pretty common here. I do like parsley a lot. I started some from seed. They're very tiny though, not a whole lot to show, but maybe hopefully later in the season when they're a little bit older, I'll be able to show you guys them. They just sprouted though, so they're like almost non-existent. I do have mint. So I'm going to focus mostly on the cold season herbs, which I mentioned are parsley, cilantro, which I'm harvesting here. What's the other ones? Oh, dill. Dill is another good one. I don't have any growing right now though, sadly. Dill is another good one. It's not frost tolerant. None of these, aside from parsley kind of looks like a carrot. And so you can assume that parsley is a little bit more frost hardy than the other two, which are cilantro and dill that I mentioned. Mohammed, how to grow mint. Yeah, mint is easy to grow, but it's a warm season crop, so, and you grow it from its roots. Mint is actually very invasive. Like once you get it started, it will grow everywhere. Do I grow any? No, I don't grow that dilly. I don't. Thank you, 8-Ball. Oh, great. I'm excited, 8-Ball. Excited you're joining us. Okay, yeah, if you're into growing your own food, any garden to table stuff, as well as I encourage people to get outside. So get your vitamin D, steps in, exercise. All those are the 3 things I like to talk about on my channel. Is cilantro good for your health? I don't know, but I do generally believe that eating a varied diet full of vegetables, protein, is in general good for you. I think, for me, I think it's mostly the varied diet that you need. Nice, Daddy. Thank you for helping answer. Daddy's saying that mint is easy to grow in pots because it's invasive. Yes, Rebecca. Kale is very cold hardy. I'm not growing it. Thank you for chiming in, Rebecca. I'm not growing it right now. Maybe I should go get some seeds. It looks like I already planted all of the kale that I did previously, and I don't have any of its seeds right now, but absolutely, the kale is also hardy. Like, it's part of the brassicas family, so like cauliflower, broccoli, kale, collards, those are all gonna be, when they're mature, hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And like Grow Your Food calls out, there's a nuance though, so the cauliflower heads and the broccoli heads are a little bit more sensitive, so find a way to protect them. I've seen people literally take the leaves of the cauliflower and broccoli and clamp it over the head that's forming to protect it. Thank you, I love. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Diary, sorry. Okay, so let's see. Did we answer everything? Some kale. Your dill is amazing. I love dill 8-Ball. I love dill. Love dill. I had dill that was growing earlier this season, but I forgot to harvest the seed, and I have no idea where they are right now. So yeah, if you are ever growing anything, the way to sustainably garden is to harvest at the end of the plant's life cycle, because then you'll have a bunch of seeds and you don't need to buy seed packets again. Additionally, supposedly seeds will adapt to your climate. So it'll say, like say for instance, I grew cilantro, it will then give me seeds that'll be more adapted to my specific climate and even growing conditions as well. So It's advantageous to be harvesting your own seeds because they will slowly adapt to your climate, your location over time. Daddy, you're saying cilantro is good for you. It can remove up to 71% of hard, heavy metals from your body. Nice, Daddy. You are full of information. Hot sauce. You live in the city, but growing herbs is super. They are. Yes, they are. Excellent. Yeah. Grow them in the window. Herbs or any leafy green in particular is going to be easier to grow. So kale, you could probably even grow your windowsill as well. Might be a little bit too warm inside though. Kale does prefer it colder. Although, if you put it next to your window, I suppose it'll be cold next to your window as well. So I'm just harvesting all of my cilantro here. We're gonna have pho later tonight. And this cilantro will be perfect to garnish. Let's see if I put this closer so you guys can see. I'm harvesting all the outside leaves. Ray, thank you. I've had other people tell me that. I'm a little stuffy right now. I have a little bit of congestion and probably from seasonal allergies. But I appreciate that. I've had other people tell me that as well. Maybe I will one day pursue voice acting. It sounds super fun. But here, I got this. Do you use natural fertilizer to it? Alpha, great question. I use my own DIY compost, do-it-yourself compost. So I take my kitchen scraps, everything that I eat, all the fruits, the fruit seeds, the fruit tops, like the bell pepper tops, I will put that in my compost pile, which is about a 2 foot by 4 foot by 2 foot tall sized compost bin. So it's about this size. And I will mix it with browns. Like, if you wanted to start a compost pile, you just need a good mix of greens. So your kitchen scraps are considered greens, and then you would have leaves as well. These are considered browns. Or any paper carton stuff, that's also a good source of brown. So like your egg cartons, that's also a good source of brown. And you mix the two together, and then you let it decompose. In the summertime, when the compost pile was warm or hot, it was giving me compost about 1 whole bag every 1 month. Now we're getting in the cold season. It's probably more like every 2 months I'll get a bag. But yeah. I think it's really cool that you're able to eat your food, but then use those nutrients from that food scraps to then put it back into the soil. Next spring, I hope to be able to have chickens. So they'll be able to help me eat the kitchen scraps and then also give me their poop, which will serve as, I guess, stuff that's further broken down and easier for my compost to use. So one thing to note is anytime you use any animal poop, they just say to age it a little bit before you use it. That way you can ensure all the disease in the poop dies before you then reuse it in your compost or soil. Oh no, I missed the racist comment. Kind of, not really. Hello. Cheers from Memphis. You guys also have a similar climate as I do. I'm in 8A. Welcome. Thank you, Alpha. Thank you. I appreciate it. I used to have straight hair when I was younger, but it's somehow turned wavy. Those egg cartons are good for starting. Yes, Daddy, I have also used the egg cartons to start seedlings into. I just find that it has so little soil that it ends up drying out really quickly. So I often have to cover the egg cartons with plastic just to prevent it from drying out as quickly. I like to use my berry containers even more just because it naturally has, I don't have them in here right now, but this is typically how I like to start my seeds. I use soil blocking. I was going to show you my tool, but I use soil blocking, or you could just fill this with dirt and then you can put your seeds in it. It's a natural greenhouse that has natural ventilation as well as drainage holes. And then you could additionally use a permanent marker and label stuff. That way you don't forget what it is. So love this, love using these. Even though I grow my own food, I really only grow like 5% of what my family of 4 eats all year long. So definitely still grocery shopping majority of the time. And I just save all of these. And you could also use your milk cartons as well. So you could, I've seen people like cut it open, put their seeds at the bottom, poke holes down here, and then use it as a greenhouse as well. Am I Vietnamese? I am not, Michael. I'm Taiwanese American, but I enjoy Vietnamese food. So I was talking about making turkey pho later and using my cilantro that I harvested as garnish. Hello, Mia. Welcome. Happy Friday. Rebecca, you're saying I have had some basils do okay down. Okay, that's true, Rebecca. My basil bushes are still alive after the frost that we had 2.5 weeks ago. And do fine during a light frost. Yes. Yes, Rebecca, I've observed the same thing. Yep. So maybe my basil will be okay. And they're definitely bushes. They're like this big, and I have 3 of them. So I'm not so much worried about my basil. I'm excited about using the basil for Vietnamese, for pho later today as well, actually. It'll be delicious. Yeah, so to Rebecca's point, anytime you get down, you're growing at freezing temps, the more mature your plants are, the hardier they're gonna be. Makes sense, right? Anytime you've got really baby plants, like my baby little cauliflower over here, they're gonna need a lot more protection from freezing temps and frost. Wow, it's been busy. Grow your own food. Thank you so much for helping me. Grow your own food. Do you have a channel? I need to check you out. Thank you so much for helping moderate Grow Your Own Food. I appreciate it. Hi, Sudup. Welcome, welcome. Malik, no, I am in the US. Thank you for asking. I'm in North Texas growing my own food. And so I'm harvesting cilantro here. Do you eat bats? No, I don't eat bats, no. Welcome, welcome. Gabriel, what are some Taiwanese dishes? Beef noodle soup. So, I mean, just like, honestly, the Taiwanese beef noodle soup is like, it's like a classic, right? I feel like every cuisine has their own take on beef noodle soup. Taiwanese beef noodle soup has, of course, beef in it, and then, of course, tomatoes is a really common component of it, like is beef noodle soup here in the US. So I do enjoy Taiwanese beef noodle soup. Pork belly, I also enjoy as well. Braised pork belly. What are other ones? Yeah, those are some of the ones I'm thinking of. I'm almost done harvesting cilantro. Look how bare this plant looks. Ah. Oh, Gary. Okay. Okay, Gary. Well, welcome, Gary. Gary, I wasn't sure if it was you because it doesn't show Gary in your name. So I wasn't sure if it was like another grow your own food. Well, hello, Gary. I wasn't sure if it was you. So thank you for clarifying. Yeah, normally your username shows up as Gary, Grow Your Own Food, but today it shows up as Grow Your Own Food 7814. Okay, I will try to check you out at 11 a.m. tomorrow, Gary. Did you already schedule it? You can like schedule them in advance. Okay, I'll be looking for you. I may not be able to stay the whole time, but I definitely want to join in and listen in. Happy Friday after Thanksgiving. Okay, cool. You recommend, Rebecca, you're saying, I recommend wet summers. Wine, those are dark brahmas. Have fun. Wait, Rebecca, what are you referring to? Are you referring to types of kale? Is that what you're referring to? Rebecca, you're so knowledgeable. You like know all your varieties. I know my varieties as cilantro. I know my varieties as cauliflower. That's like all I can tell you. Cauliflower, white cauliflower. I don't actually know the different varieties. Love it. Okay, I am gonna go ahead and wrap, you guys. Usually I'm live for an hour at noon Central. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Next time we'll be doing something different. Today was harvesting cilantro as well as planting those green onions from your kitchen scraps. So I'll keep you guys posted on how this goes. We're gonna have frost this weekend, so hopefully I'm gonna be able to keep most everything alive. And look forward to you guys next time. Everybody take care, have a wonderful weekend, and talk to you guys soon. Gary, hope to catch you tomorrow. Braised beef, yeah. Do I have a villager? Thank you, Dallas, I appreciate that. Okay, everybody take care, have a good one. Daddy Seed, see you soon. You don't have villagers to farm? No, I don't. Okay, everybody take care, bye.